All right. Situated a little bit better here. My sock is all like rolled up weird. All right, that's better. So today I'm going to continue trying to set up some of this stuff with Sage Side. And once some more people start popping into the stream, I'll show off some of the work that was done since my last stream. But I want to get these walls kind of defined more than they currently are. Because I'm probably going to weave them into what is eventually going to be, oh my gosh, what was the name of it? Spellbinders Spire, I think is the name of it. Hey Fortress, how's it going? So, because it's going to be intertwined with the walls a little bit, I want to actually get a established wall section done. And I started the Wizard Spire, which I don't know what the name for the Wizard Spire is, but we kind of opted to do a floating spire. It had originally been kind of attached to this building, which is eventually going to be a library, and it was going to house the enchanters as well. Hey Big Al, how's it going? So now it's just going to be a library and the enchanters guild. So it's got the dimensions and stuff are probably going to change. Obviously some of this is still super rough, just kind of spatially roughing stuff out. So let's get rid of that. And I'm going to kind of raise this up so that there'll be a stairwell going down. And then up here, there'll be a stairwell going up. So, pretty straightforward. So, let's move this up. Oops. And I'll need to move this one over. And these aren't going to be needed. How was everybody's weekend? Anybody do anything fun? Hey Nick, how's it going? Oh, you finished Andor? How'd you like it? Whole lot of nothing? Yeah, I really liked Andor. like surprisingly so. Not, I don't want to say surprisingly so, but like more so than I expected to. I was going to, and I was a big fan of Rogue One. But easily some of the best performances in any Star Wars media, in my opinion. Yeah, I liked the setting and the theme a whole lot. Diego Luna is also fantastic. Yeah, he is really good as Cassian. And I mean, all around they had just a really, really solid cast. What's her name? Fiona something? The one who played his mom did a really good job. Stellan Skarsgård, as always, did an amazing job. Andy Serkis did a great job. There was just a lot of really good performances in that. And the writing was like top notch. Bit of a slow burner, but I honestly I kind of like the slow burner aspect of it, being the Star Wars lore junkie that I am. Give me all the lore and I'm happy camper. I'm looking forward to the second season of the Bad Batch cartoon coming out as well. I think that's in a couple days. I think it's the beginning of the next year, or is it the end of this year? I can't remember, but it's within the month is when the second season comes out. Is Alan in it? No, not yet. There's rumors that Alan's gonna join for the second season. Yeah, Andy stole the show. The crazy part was I was like, man, Andy rocked that monologue, and then like 10 minutes later, they gave Stalin one too. I was just like, Jesus, it was just like crazy good monologue after crazy good monologue in one episode. That episode rocked. But like the emotional punch that you got during that episode was fantastic. Oh, where did that go? All right, nope. I love when Pro Builder does that. Yeah, I also enjoyed the Star Wars world building aspects too. Yeah, I'm a huge nerd when it comes to Star Wars and the world building and stuff that they do. So I was all about that. When Sean was mentioning that he'd finally started House of the Dragon, I almost was like, make sure to catch Andor after you finish that one, because it's really good for anybody who hasn't seen it. I just hope they can keep up the level of storytelling in the next one, in the next season. Because, like I said, storytelling was great, acting was great, the character development was great. Hey, Durgas. All right. Troop. So these will eventually be towers, but I'm not going to worry about it too much right now. I may have to figure out something to do with that. I'm not a big fan of the two of those being right on top of each other. It looks kind of weird. Two, three, four, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. And we'll do the same thing over here. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a half. Ooh, that makes it a little bit different. There we go. And we'll fix that texture seam. But saying that fix the texture seam just reminded me of the crate you pointed out, Nick. Let's see if we can find that. I think it's over here. Yep. Cool. Yeah, there's gonna be stuff over here too. It was because of the prefabs breaking, and when I replaced them, they were apparently off. Let's hit itches. Let's just double check up here. Oh, yep, did it up here too. I think this side had done it, but I think I noticed it and fixed it. Okay, I think we're good, because I haven't really set dressed any of the other tents. Hey, Messenger, how's it going? Good evening, looters and shooters. Hope everyone's had a great weekend. Poking through just slightly there. Yeah, I was just... good eyes that you caught it. It was like a couple pixels in size. I totally missed it. Alright, let's get some stairs here. But yeah, I had a pretty decent weekend. Can't complain too much. Let's get that. And alright, the stairs need to be 4 by 4 by 8. 4 by 4 by 8. Times. Nope. Nope, no, it's 32. What am I doing? Math. Try to tuck this right in here. Cool. Oops. Set that as our pivots. And let's leave those. And I know I don't need these sides. Okay, I didn't need sides at all. Let's duplicate this. Actually, you know what? I'm going to throw the materials down on this to save myself some time. And I'll randomize these a little bit better at some point. For now, see, that's the biggest problem with Pro Builder when you're doing stairs is it doesn't like offset them nicely. Like every other. I'm blowing up. Important. Okay. Alright, so that's good. And we will... $80. Ooh, hold on. We are not... I'm like, why am I going off at a diagonal? Because I was not using world orientation. UV tool likes to screw up your orientation. Yeah, I'll fix that later. Okay. Cool. So, again, I think I'm gonna link this up to the wall. I don't know if I want to do it where it's kind of just rise. I might do that. Kind of like this is kind of rising on both sides. I tried just rising the one side and it looks really weird. Like, not being, like, it was just out of balance. So I balanced it back out. But let's start working more on, was it Spellbinders Spire. It's super easy words, but for some reason they refuse to stick in my brain. I do not know why. Out of all the little, like, places I've built, this is the one that it constantly, like, what is the name of this place? It just doesn't want to stick. Alright, so kind of wanted to build up this ridge. So one other thing I've been thinking about is we have this cliff here, right? And this is a newbie zone. I really need to build up some sort of walkway at some point so that newbies that fall over the side don't have to fight through the bends or like go here, zone back in. So at some point, when I'm actually working on the northern newbie yard here, I will have to make some way from the shoreline back up. What's the next dungeon I'm working on? Keith was asking. So my plan is once we're done with this, obviously this will be probably tweaks and stuff to Wormsbane. But my plan will be I'm gonna go west. So I will go through Sated Dunes if we want to touch it up right away, or if we want to put that off and do something with it later. We can do that, but then I'm going to go into Fallen Pass and Fallen Watch. I have a feeling I'm going to be developing those together to some degree. So kind of figuring out what the approach is going to be for that, and kind of building off of that kind of verticality that Sean did with his blockout, and then how that can tie into Fallen Pass. And I kind of have an idea that what I want to do with Fallen Pass in terms of like the visual. Um, and you know, I'm definitely going to kind of keep this Minas Mogul lighting, and I think I kind of want to visually kind of blend basically Minas Mogul with Dragonstone from Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon. So taking similarities of those and then blending them with the shape language of the Wormsbane. Um, so I have some ideas. I don't know if they'll work or not. I'm gonna actually have to get there and play with those, but that'll be the next ones. Any gameplay themes you're thinking about you'll work with? So Sean has talked about ideas he'd wanted for that. And I think potentially we could play with that. Or I have another idea that I was leaning in towards. But I think potentially it could be a mix of the three zones to some degree. My initial instinct was making it feel slightly like KC from EQ. And then Sean had kind of wanted it to be influenced by two other zones. So we'll probably sit down and kind of just, talk through it. And I think I could probably get elements of all of the zones in there, to be honest. So we shall see. But I'm really kind of going for it. In my head, I want to kind of really play around with that that like fortified keep theme in there to some degree. And then kind of like the under area without giving too much lore away would be kind of more I don't know, cavernous and like cavernous and some, I mean, you can look at one of Goblin's concepts and kind of get some of the visuals from it. But yeah, kind of playing around with some caverns with some ruin type stuff in there as well. So I don't know, maybe a little bit of a slight Sebulus vibe to some degree. Down lower. But again, we'll kind of have to see how everything works and if that kind of works with what we want to do or not in it. You probably just want to you probably just want to keep working on Night Harbor forever, though I understand. Oh yes, totally. Nothing else but building Night Harbor. That'll be the name of the game. Night Harbor, the game. No, it'll be a nice change of pace to be able to go back in and do some other zones. Granted, I mean, Night Harbor itself, and I've said this plenty of times on stream before, is essentially multiple zones, and more than likely will end up being multiple zones with all the data and stuff we want to put in it. So each little like district, I almost think of its own zone because it has its own flair. But again, it's still a city. So it's still a different way of approaching things. I don't know why this face is freaking out, but we'll fix that. And I'll turn that off. Oops, almost forgot those stairs I just made. We want to drag those into Sage Side. And I'm trying to be good about not creating giant holes in my geo as I go, even if it's just like sloppily cleaned up, because with friends and family coming in, I don't want a million like, oh, there's a giant hole here, and me being like, I know. It's very much a work in progress in Sage Side. Okay. Let's see. All my windows are blocking everything. I apologize. Yilladan, thank you for the follow. And welcome to the stream. All right. Let's see. What is going on? Oh, I forgot to hit replay, and it just went to some Unity development tutorial, it looks like. Just like, where's that voice coming from? There shouldn't be any voices. Bridge up higher. Kind of want this to look like it's built into this kind of rocky precipice. This game is looking so good. Well, thank you. We definitely appreciate it. All right. So that's good. I think I can move this all. Oh, that's right. I have this all. All right, I'm going to delete these, like, tower things, because I really don't need them there. I can visualize that if I need a tower. This is what I get for blocking stuff out super quickly and not paying attention when I'm doing it. Alright, I need to fix this over here. How did I... Oops, let's hit the correct button. Okay, so I got that. There's eventually probably going to be a wall kind of built along this side as well. So there won't be this giant gap here. But essentially, I kind of want this to be... And it's not going to be this big boxy, phallic-looking tower, but I want a big tower up here. Kind of built right on the edge of this rock. And then... Can I delete this face and this face? Sweet. So this will look a little bit more fortified and martial, where this is going to look more kind of arcane and magic-y, even though they're both, you know, housing magic based factions or classes. Oh, I guess I did need this. Let's move. Oops. So this is going to be the Inquisitors and Spellblades class guild hall, essentially, where you will find your trainers. Excuse me as I try to proportion my quickly edited geo. Alright, let's level this off because that is still not level. Is it looping? Oops, there we go. Okay. Still looks off. What is going on? Okay, I think it's just that one vertice that was off. Yeah, I think we're good now. And just double check that I sewed all these together. And I did. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. And that is 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 5. So I think what I'll do is... I think I want to figure out the interior of this before I get too worried about how these two link up. But now I at least have a general idea of where that is going to be. I think some of the fortifications are going to get moved over. I have just... Sean and I were... Or Sean had mentioned when we were talking earlier about getting some... That there's two temples in this area. So I just threw copies of the Temple of Rel up here for now. Oops, you know what? I should probably name these, but I will have to go into Confluence to do that because I can't remember the name of the deities. Actually, hold on. I can... Let's see. And again, these are temporary until I decide what I want to do with them visually. But, you know, they'll probably take up a similar footprint. That's why I'm using them. For now. I had thought about potentially, like, putting them up on the roof, but I don't think it's going to work. So, we'll do that. And then let's just grab all of this part. Oops. And drag that down to there. Like I said, I have a feeling this area right here will end up getting some fortification, like maybe a stairwell up here or something like that. Like, kind of going up the cliff. It's up there. Something like that. But, okay. So, let me take a look at this. Do I care that this isn't... There's not a lot of symmetry there. I don't think I do. But let's make it just a little bit more symmetrical. Oops. That would work well, yeah. I think that I'm going to do that. I think I'll have like a stairwell kind of running up the side. Whether it enters in like this floor or enters up on the top, we'll have to see, but I kind of like that idea the more I'm thinking about it. And this, I'm going to... bring that to there. And then we'll move this to kind of give an angle that kind of follows that ridge line. Granted, I might mess around with that ridge line, but we'll keep it like that for now. Have it go to the top. It will be a staple of that building. Yeah, I think that one of the things I think I want to do for this building is, I don't know, we talked about having stuff like floating around, like having this floating or bobbing or rotating, which quickly seemed like a sweet idea, and then quickly was like, hold it a second, how is pathing gonna work? Because we bake in all of our nav meshes, so the nav mesh doesn't bake every frame. And the amount of time it takes to bake an nav mesh, it wouldn't be feasible. So I opted not to do that. But I think I want to have something like rotating around this. I don't know if it's gonna be like a crystal or crystals or something like that. But I want something kind of arcane and floating, but not obviously the entire Wizard's Tower. What if you teleport to it? Would that work? Yeah, actually, we have it set up right now where you teleport up into this one. The library, I think eventually, I have to get all the teleporters, like actual like visuals for them, but I think you might teleport up onto this pad, and then this pad might teleport you into the library, and then there'd be one over here that would teleport you up, and then inside here, you can walk up to the second level, and I think there'll be something up here that you have to walk up to, like up a ramp or something, that'll teleport you up into this level. This level is going to have a stairwell, like a spiral stair that goes up a level or two, with some rooms, and then another teleportation up. And then I need to figure out what I want to do with this one. And then this one at the top, I haven't done the, I'm going to build the top in Maya. It's just going to be easier using the tools to place everything. But it's going to be kind of more, it's going to have a similar dome top shape to one of these. But then I also kind of want it to be very, like some like pillars with little arches, and then maybe like an observatory type thing going on up here as well. So, but I want to, the basic bottom portion is here, so we can actually, I don't know, Sean's been doing a little bit of moving NPCs around. I don't know if he has, let me save real quick, if he's put trainers up here yet. For the floating, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what we're going to be doing. And Sean already put in the first one. I'm going to have to go in and actually like put in some visuals for like where, you know, if you step on it, you can expect to, that's going to teleport you. And then, I don't think he set up a way down. So basically you can go up there and then just die by jumping off of it. So I need to fix that. But let's see. Zone panel. Night Herber. Yeah, this is for the trainers and quest NPCs and stuff that are specifically. This one would be wizards. So earlier. Hold on, let this finish building so I can actually show you guys. This was a tower that was in the center of the large building down there. That's going to be the library. And it was going to be like a tower in the library. And then I think Sean had the idea to make it float. And then I had it floating a little bit above, and then I was just kind of moving it around and seeing what gave a cool kind of establishing angle on it. And kind of figured putting it in the center of this. Sorry, it takes a minute to load, especially when I'm streaming. Oh yeah, so yeah, he has put it some of the spell vendors in the bottom. So these are more than likely wizard. Yeah, wizard merchants. So we got that set up, but yeah, we kind of decided to lean into the high fantasy elements of it. Oh, cool. And he's got the Spellblade and Inquisitors, I'm guessing. Yep, and Inquisitor merchants outside the building that's going to be that. And then, are these our enchanters? Yes. So, this is not built yet. But, you know, the idea initially was you'd warp up onto this panel, and then you jump into here. And I was thinking about making it high walls and then having some sort of spell barrier that you can't, like, you know, if you're up here, you couldn't levitate into it. Basically, you know, an effect that would be around the ring, and it would, you know, rise up higher than players could fly, essentially. And I don't know if we'll do it, but we've also talked about potentially, like, if you don't have the right faction with them, if you try to warp up in, like, this was even when we were doing it over here, if you tried to warp in, it would just, like, spawn you and throw you, like, to your death. So, like, if you're KOS to them, you take their teleporter, it doesn't teleport you to the nice friendly landing pad, it, you know, drops you next to it or something like that. So we might play around with that. But anyways, you know, the wizards and the enchanter are both going to be in this library with the big spire. Separated those out, and like I said, it just looked better. Like, this just seemed like a cooler shot. Like, if you're coming from, you know, that part of Night Harbor, kind of rounding the corner, and then getting this really cool view of Sageside, with the floating tower. So, moved it there as opposed to floating over it. This is going to be a library right now. There's just a doorway that doesn't even have, like, a real hallway. So this is going to be like a really kind of arcane-y, multi-story library, and then there's going to be a section that'll be a little bit kind of hidden. That's going to be the enchanter area, which we want to play around with some cool, like, illusionary walls and stuff like that, since they're enchanters. So it'll be on me as the level designer to, one, lay it out, but then two, make it so that you can kind of visually identify that that's where the enchanters are. Or, you know, when a newbie's asking, where are the enchanter guild? Giving some way of easily being able to be like, oh, it's behind this, or so that'll be on me to figure out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. Let's see. Feels like the last floor should be a faction earned or special quest for a master. Potentially, that could be something that you have to faction to get up to. You know, maybe it's something that you're not able to get to right away. Maybe you have to earn your way up the tower, type of a thing. Yeah, to teleport to. Hell yeah, sounds dope. Plan to main a wizard again. Nice. It's a great idea. Spell barrier would work well. It's a focal point, which is great. It's on you. Thanks, Keith. No pressure. All right. So let's bring that up. Bring that up. And it's in. So again, I think there'll be some fortification potentially running down this ridge line. I'm not sure what I want to do with it. Right now I just have a ramp, just because it's the easiest way to make it so people can walk up. Sean had mentioned liking the Port Authority building that Baloo did, so potentially adding it up here. So, whoop, why did that not? Did these not come along? No, they're there. Okay. Apparently I didn't grab the hierarchy. I was trying to play with it like that, but I think I need some stairs. But I also think moving it too close up kind of... At least right now with the materials kind of like flattens that out. So that might be something when we just have more materials that it's not going to be an issue. But I need to play around with it, find a spot for it. But yeah, we want to start pulling in some other buildings and stuff that we've used in other areas. And then these will be a lot of the housing kind of throughout this area. And then this is that repurposed area from Old Night Harbor that I kind of took the inn that used to be off of this way and bent it 90 degrees to kind of make it fit in this area a little bit better. But it's got a really nice... I really like how the verticality is kind of starting to play in here. So all these like housing and stuff like that. And then you can come up to here. I think I might even like carry this on, and because I want some buildings and stuff. Right now this is kind of only pushed in a little bit, but I've got a decent amount of space to play with. So there might be some buildings and stuff in here with like walkways and stuff between. And eventually I want to have some of High Point Terrace, which is our third tier, having let's see, Tirith, some so kind of like, you know how like Minas Tirith has these little like things kind of overhanging the edge of it and kind of like built down off of it. I kind of want to do stuff like that coming off of, at least in this area, just to kind of really build up that sense of verticality, specifically in this section. A lot of verticality, even maybe a little bit into here. I don't want a lot of that off the front end. But potentially off the side over here as well. And then, yeah, kind of some of that stuff going off the back end of this as well. Because right now, I think it needs more off the back, because the silhouette looks a little weird off the back. I think it needs some stuff kind of hanging off, just to kind of not have this kind of hard line. It doesn't need to be a perfect, like, replica of the front, but I think it just needs a little bit of something going on in the back. But we'll get there eventually. Okay, so this will be the front door. Oops. Let's delete those before they give me issues later. Let's see. Ramp works best on for a desert theme. Would that be hard to implement? Ramp for where? I apologize. I didn't catch your message, I think, when you said it. So I'm not 100% sure where. But ramps are definitely doable. I've done several ramps throughout the different areas. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it might be when I was talking about this. is having stairwell going up to there. It was for next to the building you're working on. Next to the building. So yeah, right here. This ramp. Alright, yeah, that's what I thought you were talking about. Let's, for now, just kind of make this an easier shot for me. I'll level this off just a bit. For now, I can always make it a little bit more organic later. Do I want to bring that back forward more, is the question. So that one edge loop just ended up being pointless, but whatever. Oh, hold on, I've got all sorts of extra faces in here now. Oops, come on. There we go. There we go. All right. So I think I'm going to do stairs. We'll do 3 high. I'm going to do 4 high just in case. Which means this needs to be 8. This, we'll start with 4, but it's going to be way wider than 4. Actually, let's do it as 10. It'll probably still be wider than that. And then 4 times 4 is 16. Probably not. Nope. Okay. Let's grab these. So what I'm going to do to fix these is bring it into Maya and just cut it. Because Maya lets you cut stuff a lot easier than Pro Builder's cut tool. So we'll do that in a minute. While I'm waiting for that to open, we'll just keep kind of figuring this out. I'll eventually make the terrain look a little bit nicer for that. So let's figure out what we want to do in here, which also involves deleting a lot of this geo. Oop, that's not what I wanted to select. And I'm just at least move these over here so I have all the space I need to work with inside. Again, terrain cleanup will be done more so afterwards, but least get some idea of what I want to do now. All right. Let's make that a triangle. So. Why does it keep doing that? Oh, you know what? It's because no. No. I think Robert accidentally added that to the Eminem playlist. So that's why that's randomly firing off. So let's turn off shuffle. And we'll just, again, extend these out. I'm not super worried about it, just enough that I'm not creating giant holes for people to fall through the world in. That's more what I'm caring about. Hey, Zukin. How are you doing? Tired? Yeah, that was me yesterday. And this morning. I luckily was able to sleep in a little bit, though. And actually, the final schedule is all different, so I could technically sleep in tomorrow, but I'll be up so I can catch Sean's stream. Because I technically don't have to be to work until noon, which is awesome. Alright, this is almost good enough that I can not worry too much. Alright, sweet. I should be able to move around now. Let's save, and once it's done saving, I'm also going to export this out real quick. Export to where is my meshes from Unity? Spellbinder Spire steps. Okay. Let's open up a new one. And let's... Sorry, I'm again navigating off screen. Spellbinder steps, and that's the OBJ. Did I? Hold on. Pro Builder. You click export with quads and it triangulates it. Because of course it does. Okay. Much better. And spot. Nope, nope, this one. Oh, hold on a second. I forgot. No, I want to go this way. 90 degrees this way. Oh, come on. I also made sure I lined them up on the edge just in case it wouldn't let me do what I was trying to do. See how quick that is in Maya? Oh, man. Oops. Okay. So we got those. Should be good. Exports. Oops. So now I should be able to assets, arts, models, structures, Nate Herber, OBJ, collision. Delete that version. And drop that one in. Alright, already had it. Alright. Sometimes it lets you drop it in, right? That time it did not. So we'll just do it this way. in. Rotate 90. So now I don't have to worry about it, like, when I'm in this building, interfering with the ground. Or, with what's going on. And I can pro-builderize this, but I'm not going to. But what I should do, actually, is... do a better projection map on that. Sorry, you guys can't see what I'm doing. Sometimes straight UVs helps, but not in this case. Snap alignments. Hey John, how's it going? Honestly, you know what? I'm gonna do this later. I would rather just get this blocked in than worry about getting the UVs for that correct right now. Okay. So we'll do this kind of like the entrance. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7.5, 8.5. So these will be more normal sized doors as opposed to a large one like I did for the front. And when I mean normal, I guess I should just say normal human sized doors, because that will vary depending on the species of the race we are. Hold on, what is going on over here? That is some really, really funky geo. Let's get rid of that. Oop, hold on. what happens when you're like really quickly moving Geo around and not paying attention to where everything is. What's going on? Oh, that's not on. There we go. That's better. Yeah, the rest of that later. Okay. Let's see. Oh. We're going to oh no, we're good. Okay. Is this going to cause that to keep doing that though? When the automatic like Pro Builder UV stuff works, it's great. When it doesn't, it's really annoying. Alright, this is working out. Not particularly, but alright, I guess I'll just deal with it. Okay, so that's where the tower is. I suppose this could actually go back further. But we'll leave it here for now. This will go into a hall. We will oops. Come on. Had it, then I lost it. We'll do it. Room off this way. It's just really annoying when the UV thing starts breaking. because then it makes it harder to tell like what the measurements are right away. Oh, wow. I could push this wall back a lot further. This room might end up going a little bit further this way as this develops, whatever I do in there. So, whoops, I forgot a face. Let's fix that. Let's bridge that and bridge that. What part of town am I working on? So, here, I'll show you, John. And if anybody else has joined a little bit later. So I've been working in Sage, and of course I hit save, and it's going to take a minute. But anyways, so I've been working in Sage side for the last couple days. I was working a little bit on getting some of these walls finished, because eventually this fortification up here, fortification slash like wizard spire type feel, will be hooked up to the walls. I just wanted to kind of know where the walls were. But this is going to be the Spellbinders Spire, which is our, excuse me, our Inquisitor and Spellblade location. And then this one, I don't know what the name of it is, but this is basically our Wizard's Tower. It was part of this building over here, which is eventually going to be a big kind of arcane library. And it was going to house both the wizards and the enchanters, but now the enchanters will just have their own kind of like hidden wing inside the library. And the wizards will be here. And then you're going to be using teleport pads, which I need to at least create some sort of like placeholder graphic for, so you can be like, oh, that's a teleport pad. So that's something I need to do soon. But Sean already set one up that you can like walk under this floating pad and it'll bring you up here. But I also want to have it kind of bring you to here, and you can get teleported over into this library. And then maybe a bunch of different ways to get to different spots inside like this area specifically. Is going to be more of our teleportation traversal area. Working on the gnome mass grave area. Well, they'll eventually. I'll get to that. It's going to take a lot of work hacking gnomes into pieces. Alright. Again, this was kind of roughly shaped. I'm just trying to see if I can actually use this shape. Because I know I wanted like a tiered kind of fortification that kind of goes up into this spire. And like I said, there might be like crystals or something floating around it potentially. We'll see. But I think this area is gonna kind of push back. Trying to figure out where I want stairs to be. Could do stairs right here. Maybe stairs in both ways. Okay, let's do this. No. Maybe I will just run this along this. Let's see, John, why do you hate gnomes so much? Shorter by list the reasons why I don't. I just hate on gnomes because it's fun. I always, and it was something that I always did in EQ. All my friends that were gnomes, I had an emote like macro set up to punt them. So whenever they would show up for a group or whatever, the first thing I'd do was punt them. See. You reworked the character creation screen. It's real nice now. I'll have to take a look. I've liked what you've been doing with the character screen rework, but I have not checked the login today. So if something new got pushed, I have not seen it yet. But we will take a look in a minute, because I've been streaming for what, an hour and 40 minutes, and I have yet to actually run around in the game. So I'm sure there are plenty of you guys who would like to see how everything looks. So we will do that momentarily. Okay, that's not gonna work there. Question is, can I can get that to work, but I'll have to raise the roof a little bit. Which means these will all go up a little bit as well, which is fine. Ooh, I brought that up way too much. Hold on. No, actually, I'm fine. I can bring this up just a pinch. I really like this song, I'm not gonna lie. Robert, if you're listening, great job with this track. Alright, so this will... I don't think I have enough room to do it. I was gonna do like a landing and then that. I might be able to do it if I do... Oops. Get more like this. There's a lot of room that way, though. Maybe I won't do that. So we'll just make this one big, large room for now. Maybe... Yeah, well, this is a large room. So I believe this had... I need to refresh on the lore for everything that's needed in here. But I believe it does have a barracks, so maybe this is the barracks area. I may reposition that door, but... And then this could... branch off into this area. Alright, so... Let's do this. Let's save. Because we're getting close to the end of my stream anyways. And I haven't really ran around. Let's hop into the game. This has been fun watching the developing this building. I'm glad you've enjoyed it. It's always fun being able to build and be able to like engage with you guys while I'm building. But yeah, Keith's done a lot of work kind of cleaning up our menu system. Good job, Keith. I enjoy all the dev streams, watching things evolve. Yeah, it's definitely... I am a sucker for behind the scenes, like documentaries and stuff like that. Like the Lord of the Rings ones, I love. I'll watch those over and over and over again. The only problem is the computer that I'm using now doesn't have the right codecs, and I tried to install it and it didn't, so I'm like, do I really want to buy the DVDs just so I can watch the appendices? Oh, there's a bat in here. And an Ashira. What are you doing in here, buddy? You're not supposed to be in here. Oh, I beheaded all the merchants that Sean put in. I'll fix these. I need to bake the geo because it even if I moved their spawn points up right now, it's not gonna show them. It's not gonna actually move them onto the geo because it needs the nav mesh to actually see what's going on. Oh yeah, I'm gonna push that back. I want that to feel larger. That's a nice little cozy room. Another nice little cozy room. I think there's going to be some hallway either branching off of here or kind of in the middle here. We'll figure that out. Large room. So this could be like a barracks. Maybe there's another barracks type room kind of off of here or off of there. Team invasion has begun. I'm guessing it's because I've been slowly encroaching on the newbie yard and moving stuff that I'm probably now overlapping some volume. I haven't tried this. Oh, there it is. The volume works, but I need to find a something to like. I need to make something that you can actually spawn, like you can see when you're about to walk into it. So yeah, this is the beginning of our wizard's tower. Hold that a second. Is that? Oh, I need to push these against the wall more. That side is off. Is it on? Is it like that on all sides? Oh, that one's good. And that one's good. I bet I ended up, we tried scaling it up, and I like made it 50% larger, and it was like way taller than this. So I put it back to this size, but yeah, so I'm thinking this is going to have some sort of potential like walkway to some like platform that's kind of floating above this that you would step on and it would hold on, helps if I can spell collision. And it would teleport you up to here. And then this one's going to be primarily a kind of like spiral stairway. Actually, I guess it should spiral this way. So it'll be like a spiraling of ramps. And then there'll be little rooms, like, so, you know, here's your ramp. There'd be like a room over here with stuff. And you'd go up. Not fly through the wall like that. And then you'd, you know, have another room off of here. And then at the top, there'd be another, like, portal that would plop you up here. And then this, I don't know if I want to do 2 rooms up here, like 2 levels, or if I just want this to be a large, like, a high ceiling chamber. I kind of like the high ceiling chamber idea. Maybe some, like, big, ornate mechanism or something going on up there. And then up here would be, like, that kind of, like, observatory area. So this will, again, this will have a top to it. I just need to make it in Maya because it's going to save me a lot of time. But yeah, that is kind of what I'm doing. And then that pad down there will also be there'll be something that'll warp you back down to it. There'll also be one that warps you over to the library over here. Like so. Which right now is literally just that. But yeah, this will be a big arcane library, and it might even go kind of underneath this road a little bit too. So right now you see a wall because it's rough geo, but yeah. So that's kind of what I've been working on, and then I just threw copies of the one temple over here, so that we have at least size and placeholder. They may actually move, but... And then you guys might recognize this. And I added... Let's turn collision back on so I'm not flying through everything. So yeah, I kind of changed this so that it actually fits with the geo and doesn't kind of just keep going straight. So the old in... Ooh, that broke. That needs to get fixed. Let me run around in here and make sure nothing else broke. Nope, everything else looks fine. But yeah, so now this kind of curves around, and you know, there's gonna be more houses and layers and all that kind of fun verticality that we've wanted in part of the city. So this whole area will be a lot of kind of, you know, moving upwards and stuff hanging, like little houses and stuff hanging off the sides of the upper level. I think there's gonna be some big windows, like very tall vertical windows along the library up there as well. And then there might be like a walkway or something that comes over here with more buildings that kind of link up over here. And right now this is only one layer. These might end up being like 2 layers deep of buildings, or like half story buildings. Same thing over here. Right now they're just, it's one row, but I'm kind of envisioning, if I have enough space, because this is a very wide street, having a second row. So there'll be a row facing kind of that street, there'll be a row facing this street, and then there'll be some more of this kind of fun, like playing of stairs and stuff like that. Next, on M&M Cribs, Paytas takes us through his library. There's many libraries already. What, the Necropolis has one, the Garrison has one. I can't remember if this one's supposed to have a tiny one or not, but this is definitely supposed to have one. So there's if you are of the arcane historic nature, there'll be plenty of places for you to run around and do stuff. Yeah, that is pretty much everything I think I've worked on, besides a lot of just playing around with walls and stuff like that. And kind of, again, super placeholdery. Not sure if I am going to keep it this way or play around with it more as I start building out, but I made this less of just a giant ramp here, so it at least looks a little bit more like a little bit more planned. But again, this area, as I build it up over the next month or so, is going to be initially very blocky, and Sageside itself almost has different feels in different locations. So, you know, this is the more arcane area. This is the more like apartments and city type stuff. There's gonna be some city and sprawl stuff over here. And then this area is going to be kind of a city center, administrative area, and then this will be a little bit of a mix of that, and then more housing. And then it'll continue down over here, and then I might do like a little like gatehouse area that cuts through here and kind of enters into the bends, so another entrance to the bends, so you could start up higher or lower. But that is further down the list of stuff that's going on in this zone. And then, yeah, there'll be walls. Right now it's just a cliff off this side. This is going to be city walls, I'm pretty sure now. So it'll be fortifications, so you can kind of look down on Sageside. And then, yeah, more fortificate. Like, these will all be walls and fortifications that kind of go along here and hook up to Spellbinders Spire. Getting better with it now that I'm actually like saying it slowly. It'll eventually stick in my brain. And then you have, you know, it connecting up here, which I really do think I'm going to do kind of like the stairwell kind of running up to the fortifications up here. So, but yeah, that is kind of the plan. We'll see how it goes as I actually start blocking stuff out, if I like it, if it doesn't, if it feels right, that type of thing. But yeah, so it kind of brings me up to the end of my stream. Let me see if there's any other things I missed. You heard Ali lives in the palace? I think well, it's between the palace or Mini Crypt, because Mini Crypt's his baby. Oh my god, I need to crack my back. But anyways, guys, thank you everybody for hanging out with me today. If you're new to the stream and are not aware of what we're working on, that is our... Oh, damn it. Hold on a second. Hold on. Where is it? Cloudbot. I hate how it like auto logs you out. I always forget about that. No, I don't. Log me in. There we go. Frickin' gnomes. So that link is to, yes, I get it. It's totally the gnomes that disconnect my Cloudbot. Anyways, that link is to our website. The game we're creating is Monsters and Memories. It's an indie MMORPG that's very influenced in the first generation of MMOs. So think late 99 or late 90s, early 2000s. Think your EverQuests, your Ultima Online, Asheron's Call, Anarchy Online, all of that kind of first wave, first generation of MMOs are very much both an aesthetic and a gameplay influence on what we're trying to build. If you have any questions, feel free to hop into our Discord, or if you just like to join the community, we always love having more people join in. There's a bunch of you guys in there now, so it's always awesome to see new faces. That is our Discord. All the devs are in there. You know, feel free to ask us questions. We're usually pretty good at responding to them. That is our mailing list if you'd like to stay up to date with what is going on with the game and where we are with the development. We are hopefully going to be doing some community tests early mid next year. We'll see where that plans out. We should be getting a friends and family test going very soon, which is awesome. Start testing out some of this stuff with more than just the team, and kind of start, you know, eventually get around to stressing the server out and seeing how everything holds up. Will be nice. These are other team members that stream, so if you haven't already thrown them a follow, do that. If you'd like to get caught up on our past streams, which I have to upload, I think one from last week still, that is our YouTube channel. All of our VODs go up there, so check that out if you'd like to get caught up with past VODs. Excuse me. If you are watching on YouTube, please remember to like and subscribe, comment below, click the bell, all that fun stuff that helps us out with the algorithm. The more engagement we get, the more the algorithm will suggest our content to people that, you know, enjoy classic MMOs. And the more people that get exposed to it, hopefully, you know, the more people get interested. So we always appreciate you guys for doing that kind of stuff. That really helps us out. If you are watching on YouTube and you'd like to join in my live chats, there should be a link to my Twitch channel below, Paytas the Ranger. Just click on it, follow, and give it a follow. You'll get a notification whenever I go live. I always love seeing new people pop in and getting to know everybody in the community. So do that. Other than that, thank you to all my subscribers. I really appreciate the support, you guys. You guys rock. My next stream will be Wednesday. Yeah, hold on. Sorry, I have to double think because my schedule's all wonky this week from due to finals. But I will be here on Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is my other stream time. Now that I'm getting into winter break, I may add an extra stream here or there. I'm not going to schedule it, but keep an eye out. Either, again, follow my stream. You'll get a notification when I go live, or there is a Discord opt-in for stream notifications, and then when anybody on the team streams, you'll get a notification. But other than that, guys, I have to get some stuff together for tomorrow. Thank you for hanging out, and I will catch you guys next time. Later.